In this episode, as we travel through the Holy Land, our journey leads us to the sacred place in the hearts of Christians around the world as the birthplace of Jesus Christ. About 10 kilometers south of the city of Jerusalem, in the fertile limestone hills of the Holy Land, lies Bethlehem. From the ancient church of the Nativity to the bustling streets of the Old Town, we will dive into the rich heritage and enduring significance of this legendary city. Bethlehem, a city located in today's Palestine, has a rich history dating back to ancient times. The earliest recorded mentions of Bethlehem date back to around 1400 BC, during the Canaanite period. In the past, it was known as Beit Lehem, meaning house of bread in Hebrew, or house of meat in Arabic, possibly due to its fertile land for agriculture. One long-standing suggestion in scholarship is that it derives from the Mesopotamian or Canaanite fertility god, Lahmu. The name had remained essentially the same for 3,500 years, even if the perceived meaning had shifted over time. Known as the birthplace of King David in Jewish tradition, and later as the birthplace of Jesus Christ in Christian tradition, Bethlehem has deep religious significance as a prophecy about the Messiah's birthplace being fulfilled. Matthew 2 verses 4 to 5. Where will the Messiah be born? In Bethlehem of Judea, they told him. So, the city has become an increasingly important destination for Christian pilgrimages over time, especially since the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great converted to Christianity in the 4th century. The construction of churches and monasteries took place, and the Church of the Nativity was built on the traditional site, believed to be a place of Jesus' birth, which remains a focal point for Christian worship and pilgrimage. Today, Bethlehem is part of the Palestinian territories, administered by the Palestinian Authority, and remains a vibrant cultural and religious center, drawing visitors from around the world to experience its rich history and sacred sites. Before entering Bethlehem, travelers encounter Israeli security checkpoints, where IDs and permits are scrutinized, setting the tone for the geopolitical realities of the region. The most striking checkpoint on the route to Bethlehem is the imposing Israeli West Bank barrier, often referred to as the West Bank Wall. The wall was constructed by Israel during the Second Intifada, a period of heightened conflict between Israelis and Palestinians that occurred between 2000 and 2005, after Israeli politician Ariel Sharon's provocative visit to the Al-Aqsa compound during his campaign for the 2001 prime ministerial election. This barrier, according to the Israeli government, is a necessary physical manifestation of security measure, supposedly built to prevent Palestinian violence. Its towering concrete slabs and fortified checkpoints serve as a stark reminder of the divisions and restrictions imposed on Palestinian land. For the Palestinians, on the other hand, this wall represents not just a physical barrier, but also a symbol of occupation, separating families, disrupting daily life, and impeding economic opportunities, as well as demolishing many Palestinian homes and farmlands that were located along its route. While Israelis call the wall as a security fence, Palestinians describe it as an element of racial segregation and a representation of Israeli apartheid, often calling it Wall of Apartheid. The wall has been transformed into a canvas for creativity, mirroring the unwavering spirit of the Palestinian resistance on an otherwise harsh and oppressive structure. Painted murals depicting scenes of everyday life, strong political statements and messages of solidarity, portraits of Palestinian leaders and martyrs, graffiti slogans calling for freedom and justice, reflecting the collective aspiration of a people yearning for dignity, and self-determination. The art on the wall serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, hope can still flourish, and beauty can emerge from the most unlikely of places. Despite the challenges, the old city of Bethlehem teems with life, as bustling markets overflow with colorful products, spices and handicrafts, while the aroma of traditional food spread through the air from local restaurants. At the heart of the old city lies Manger Square, a bustling hub of activity and pilgrimage. The square was named after the manger where Jesus was born, which according to Christian tradition took place at the Grotto of the Nativity, a crypt located in today's Church of the Nativity. The streets leading to the square are associated with the Christian faith, such as Star Street or Al-Nejmeh Street in Arabic, which is said to be the path through which Joseph and Virgin Mary reached the manger where Jesus was born. Next to the square stands one of the oldest churches in the world, the magnificent Church of the Nativity. This 17th century sacred structure, drawing pilgrims from across the globe to the birthplace of Christianity's central figure, Jesus Christ. The church was originally commissioned by Constantine the Great and his mother, Helena of Constantinople, shortly after her visit to Jerusalem and Bethlehem in 4th century AD, which was probably destroyed by fire during the Samaritan revolts of the 6th century. A new church was built a number of years later by Byzantine Emperor Justinian, who replaced the octagonal sanctuary with a cruciform transept complete with 3 apses, but largely preserved the original character of the building, with an atrium and a basilica, consisting of a nave with 4 side aisles. The only door in the fortress-like front wall is only 1.2 meters high. The previous entrance was lowered around 1500 to prevent looters from entering the basilica on horseback. Today, known as the Gate of Humility, visitors are forced to bend to pass through it, a reminder that humility is the way to God's mercy. Soon upon entering the church, a feeling of reverence and wonder envelops one's senses. An enormous, antique wooden Armenian door, meticulously crafted in the year 1227, stands as a 795-year-old gift from Armenian King Huthum, welcoming visitors. For generations, this ages-old door has stood firm as a silent witness to the innumerable Christians who have come across its threshold seeking solace and redemption. Passing the Armenian door, the dimly lit interior of the basilica reveals a treasure trove of Byzantine-era mosaics. The ground mosaics, discovered during the renovation below the current floor, date back to the first Constantinian church in the early 4th century. Carved from thousands of tiny tesserae, or stone fragments, it forms intricate geometric patterns and symbols, making it an artistic work of craftsmanship that has survived to the present day. The walls are decorated with centuries-old mosaics and frescoes, made with tiles of glass, mother of pearl, and local stones, with gold and silver leaf pressed under clear glass, which were commissioned in the 12th century by the Byzantine Emperor Manuel Comnenus and the Crusader king Amalric I. During this time, the church underwent significant renovations under the patronage of the Crusaders, who sought to embellish the interior of the church with elaborate artworks, each of which tells a story of faith, depicting scenes from the life of Jesus Christ, images of saints and celestial beings that have persisted through the ages within these hallowed walls of the church. The wooden roof rests on 50 columns, each rising to 540 meters, which mark out the route towards the grotto. All the columns are made from local pink limestone and decorated with images of saints belonging to completely different cultures and parts of the world, making them unique and extraordinary pieces of world heritage. The magnificent main altar of the church is under the control of the Greek Orthodox. It is adorned with icons, religious symbols, and intricate decorations that reflect the rich cultural heritage of Byzantine Christianity. The altar serves as the focal point for Greek Orthodox liturgical services and is a place of pilgrimage and prayer for Orthodox believers. In this glorious and hallowed environment, countless Christians patiently wait in line to enter the church's main focal point, the Grotto of the Nativity. With each step forward, they are brought closer to the sacred place where the Prince of Peace is believed to have been born. Reached by a narrow stone stairway, each step downward is a descent into the depths of faith and devotion, a journey into the heart of Christian tradition and spirituality. At the end of the stairway lies a sacred chamber where the Star of Bethlehem shone down, illuminating the infant Jesus. The birthplace is marked with a 14-point star inlaid in the marble floor, with the Latin inscription saying, "Here of the Virgin Mary, Jesus Christ was born." Amidst the ancient stones and flickering candlelights, casting a warm glow upon the weathered icons and relics that adorn the chamber, pilgrims from every corner of the globe gather to find solace and spiritual renewal as they engage in acts of reverence and prayer. While some kneel in silent contemplation, others touch and kiss the star, with their heads bowed in reverence as they offer their prayers and petitions to their Savior. Nearby is the Chapel of the Manger, marking the place where the Virgin Mary laid Jesus to sleep as a newborn. The rest of what is believed to be left of the original manger has been transported to Rome and deposited in the Grand Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. While remaining basically unchanged since the Justinianic reconstruction, the Church of the Nativity has seen numerous repairs and additions over the centuries. The surrounding compound has been expanded, and it is shared by Greek Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and Armenian Apostolic authorities. Within the Church of the Nativity complex, there is St. Catherine's Church, which serves as both a parish and a Franciscan monastery. In 1347, the chapel was dedicated to St. Catherine of Alexandria and constructed in a modern Gothic style. However, it has been modernized over time. According to tradition, in the 4th century, St. Catherine of Alexandria, a well-educated Egyptian noble, became a martyr. At 18 years of age, she challenged the Emperor Maximian for persecuting Christians. This angered the emperor, who sentenced her to death on the spiked wheel, hence the term Catherine wheel. However, when St. Catherine touched the wheel, it broke. She was then executed by beheading, and tradition says angels carried her body to Mount Sinai, where a monastery and church were built later in the 6th century in her honor. Underneath the Church of St. Catherine, there are several ancient grottos and caves, each bearing witness to centuries of pilgrimage. They include the Cave of St. Jerome, where St. Jerome spent 30 years translating the scriptures from Hebrew and Greek into Latin, known as the Vulgate version of the Bible, the most enduring version ever translated. The St. Joseph's Chapel, recalling the dream in which an angel warned Joseph to take the Holy Family to Egypt, and the Chapel of the Holy Innocents, commemorating the children massacred by Herod the Great in an effort to eliminate the one child he thought was to replace him as the King of the Jews. In these sacred halls of the Church of the Nativity, every age-old stone and adorned painting bears witness to the enduring legacy of Christ's birth, an epic event that unfolded over 2 millennia ago, forever changing the course of history and reshaping the entire world. Opposite the Church of the Nativity, named after the second Muslim caliph, Omar ibn al-Khattab stands the only mosque in Bethlehem's Old City. The present mosque was erected in 1860 on land donated by Jerusalem's Greek Orthodox Church. This symbolic coexistence of religious sites with the addition of the Bethlehem Peace Center highlights the rich cultural and historical tapestry of the city, where diverse faiths have peacefully coexisted for centuries. Southeast, about 2 kilometers from Bethlehem in the Beit Sahor village, on the fields fit for shepherds watching over their flock, lies a biblical place known as Shepherd's Field. It was here in this pastoral landscape that angels appeared at night to announce the birth of Jesus Christ to humble shepherds, chosen to be the first on earth to receive the good news that the Savior had been born. The Greek Orthodox Shepherd's Field and the Franciscan Shepherd's Field are both built on the locations of caves that were once home to churches and monastic ruins dating back to the 4th century. The Franciscan Shepherd's Field is often more visited due to its easy accessibility for pilgrims and tourists. Situated amidst the ruins of earlier churches, the modern church is adorned with a distinctive white dome structure, decorated with a bronze angel, designed to resemble a shepherd's tent. This architectural tribute serves as a poignant reminder of the humble origins of the Christmas story, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in the timeless story of the shepherds, considered some of the lowliest people in the social structure, and the angelic proclamation of Christ's birth to them certainly tells humanity about how God views man, regardless of social status. Luke 13:30. Indeed, there are those who are last who will be first, and first who will be last. As the journey progresses from the Shepherd's Field, visitors are faced with a dramatic shift in landscape. The lush greenery of the Bethlehem countryside gives way to the stark and barren expanses of the Judean Desert. Rocky cliffs rise majestically from the parched earth, casting long shadows in the harsh sunlight. The terrain is rugged and unforgiving, with deep canyons and winding ravines carving their way through the ancient landscape. Despite its harshness, the Judean Desert holds a haunting beauty, with its muted hues of browns and greys, creating a mesmerizing contrast against the azure sky. And suddenly, out of nowhere, perched on the edge of a cliff in the heart of the Judean Desert, rises the magnificent and age-old monastery of Mar Saba. Mar Saba Monastery, also known as the Monastery of Saint Sabbas, is one of the oldest inhabited monasteries in the world and one of the most prominent Palestinian archaeological monuments. Its history dates back to the 5th century AD, when it was founded by Sabbas the Sanctified, a prominent monk and ascetic. Born in Cappadocia in modern-day Turkey in the late 4th century, Saint Sabbas later traveled to Jerusalem, where he became a disciple of Saint Eusebius the Great. Inspired by his mentor's teachings and seeking a life of solitude and prayer, Sabbas ventured into the wilderness of the Judean Desert. Legend has it that Sabbas initially lived as a hermit in a cave near the present site of the monastery. Over time, his reputation as a holy man and spiritual leader grew, attracting disciples who sought his guidance and wisdom. Sabbas received permission from the Byzantine Emperor Zeno to establish a monastery in the desert. With the support of local Christians and wealthy patrons, Sabbas began construction on the monastery, which would later become known as Mar Saba. Overlooking the Kidron Valley, the monastery quickly flourished under Sabbas's leadership, becoming a center of monastic life and learning in the Judean Desert. It attracted monks from across the Byzantine Empire, who were drawn to its austere lifestyle and rigorous spiritual discipline, increasing its population to over 300 at its peak. Today, Mar Saba Monastery remains an active monastery of the Eastern Orthodox Church, restricted to male visitors only, and housing a small community of about 20 monks who continue to follow the ancient traditions established by Saint Sabbas. The monastery is well known for its Byzantine architecture, including its distinctive cross-shaped church and fortified walls, and notably the tomb of Saint Sabbas itself. Amidst the harsh expanse of the Judean Desert, Mar Saba Monastery stands tall, a testament to Saint Sabbas' enduring legacy and the resilience of its monks over the centuries. The monastery remains a symbol of unwavering faith and human fortitude. For those seeking deeper exploration and adventure, guided hiking tours are available, seamlessly blending the beauty of the Judean Desert with insights into its rich history and natural wonders. These tours often include visits to nearby attractions along the route, providing a comprehensive experience of the Palestinian cultural, historical, and natural heritage. It's an unparalleled odyssey, crossing the ancient landscapes of the Holy Land, where the footsteps of prominent historical figures and pivotal events have left an indelible mark, shaping the very course of history itself. From the ancient streets of the old city to the revered Church of the Nativity and the harsh majesty of the Judean Desert, this sacred area has provided us with a glimpse of Bethlehem's enduring legacy, where the Star of Bethlehem once shone brightly.